So, spring semester of my junior year at Temple, I signed up for T for Temple U. This is timed, so please no cheering. But spring semester of my junior year at Temple, I signed up for Gymnastics 101. I wanted to learn how to do a cartwheel, and despite the fact that the class was at 8 in the morning, I was ready to go. I was wearing my high school gym outfit, and I showed up on time. It turns out day one is not cartwheels, but is actually forward rolls. So I attempted one, and in about 2 seconds, with a thwack, I landed on my back. Dazed, I stared up into the classroom, and I saw all my classmates, and it dawned on me that none of them were in fact wearing old ratty gym uniforms. They were wearing leotards, and their forward rolls they were doing with their eyes shut. And it dawned on me that Gymnastics 101, the introduction class, is not for people like me who want to do cartwheels. It is for gymnasts who want an easy fucking A. So, I'm no quitter, and I decided to stick with it for another week or so, at least. So week 2, we arrived at the backwards barrel roll. It had this huge barrel, you would lean over it, and then just flip your legs over, and you would do a backward handstand. My version more closely resembled the death spiral an alligator does when it's killing its prey. My arms are thrashing, my legs are thrashing, and again I landed on my back, on the floor. It was at this point I thought, maybe I should drop this class. But unfortunately it was just a day past the drop-ad period, so I was forced to continue on with this torture. The semester, every week we did a different, activity, a different gymnastic routine, handstands, leaps, rolls, double back axel quadruples. I don't know what those are, and I really struggled with them. But the only person that kept me going was my coach, the teacher, who we referred to as Murph. He made me do every single activity, despite how stupid I was looking and feeling trying to vault over the vault. And he would say, leap, and I would leap, and I would crash, but I would try. We approached week 10 of the semester when we got to the uneven bars, and this I saw my gymnast classmates do with ease. You go from one bar to the next, and you gracefully land. I said, no fucking way, Murph. I can't do this. He looked at me as if I were a sack of potatoes, and he said, we're getting you on that bar. He then proceeded to grab me, as you would a sack of potatoes, and do a kind of a Heimlich remover, pulling me up to try and get me on this bar, and it didn't work. And I thought, clearly this is not going to happen. He said, clearly it is, and grabbed my feet and hand pole vaulted me up into the air. All of a sudden I was flying, clutching to grab onto this fucking bar. While I was doing so, you can imagine with the grace of nothing, I was flailing, and I happened to, kicked him directly in the face. He fell to the ground in pain that I had been experiencing all semester, and I just struggled to hold on to these bars because I didn't want to fall directly on top of him. He forward rolled away, and I fell to the ground, and I knew at this point I was alone. Nobody is going to help the girl who kicks teacher in the face. And my last chance for passing this class was the final. Murph told us we had to do a full floor routine, which we could design ourselves with handstands, back springs, leaps, cartwheels, whatever we wanted. We just had to cross the floor 4 times. So I went home and I really started to think, because while I'm not agile, I am smart. And I came up with a plan. So the day of the final, I walked in with a game face on. I handed Murph a CD, and he looked very confused as to why I was doing that. But it all made sense when I went and laid down directly on the floor, face down. He pressed play, and the music began. Na tsingonya babisi baba. I rose from the ground like a sun, the sun from the intro to The Lion King. From the day we arrived on the planet, leap, and blinking stepped into the sun, leap. There's more to be seen, leap, than can ever be seen, leap. More to do than can ever be done, motherfucking double leap. Oh my God. I was not in my classroom, I was in the Olympics, surrounded by Simba and Timon and all the Lion King characters. That song is 4 minutes and 4 seconds. I leapt and danced for that entire 4 minutes and 4 seconds, sticking my landing by spinning around a bunch of times just for the hell of it. After that, I walked off to the sidelines, and I was met not with applause like I had expected, but stunned silence. My coach looked at me as if he had never seen an entire gymnastics floor routine done with only leaping. So, my classmate said to me then, hey, you only had to do 12 moves, right? The rest of the routines did not include music and took less than a minute each. But it's all good because I finished my final and I knew I leapt like a gazelle and that no one had ever leapt like that before. And to be honest, the thing I was most pleased about was the fact that I got through the final without injuring my coach Murph or myself, and that was good enough for me. So.